can't. Because it's. Hi, Juho. Nice to see you. It's been a minute.
Yep.
You work as a CISO and Vice President for Cybersecurity and IT Continuity. Am I right?
Yes.
Did I get it right?
Yep.
Right. So today we're going to talk about, and the reason why I wanted to invite you is to chat about leadership. You have quite extensive experience from working in different leadership positions. So welcome.
Thank you.
And you work at Kesko. How big is Kesko and what does it do?
Yeah. Well, Kesko as a brand or a company is quite well known in the Finland and Nordics.
Yeah.
We are about 50,000 employees working in 8 countries.
Okay.
And turnover is around 13 billion euros yearly.
Wow. Yeah.
And basically we do grocery trade, building and technical trade, car trade, and sports trade, the divisions. So
Yeah.
daily our stores are visited about 1 million consumers.
Okay. Wow, that's quite a few people.
Yes.
That's putting things into perspective here. I'm talking about the things that you have to consider when you are working in your role.
Yep.
But let's talk about leadership. Let's talk about how leadership has evolved throughout the years. It's been like top down, instructive instructions given, etc., etc.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to make a distinction between the management and leadership, because in Finnish language we only have one word, which is johtaminen or johtajuus for both of them, management and leadership.
Yeah, true.
And in English language there's a clear distinction and 2 words. Management is more on the processes, how and when, following orders and stuff, whereas leadership is more about like inspiring people to do their best and getting the results. In 30 years or so we've seen a drastic change. Obviously the whole world has changed, but then also the leadership style has changed from, as you mentioned, from top down to more inspiring, collaborating, sparring leadership, that basically the teams are not that hierarchical anymore. They're more on same level, and you as a leader, you're actually discussing them the topics with the team, and then showing them or kind of a collaborating with them. More,
sparring.
Sparring. You have to remember that at least I am not the best person to do their jobs.
Exactly.
They are the experts there.
Yeah. And you are only enabling them to succeed in their roles that they were hired to do. Yeah, that is true. So basically it's like setting the vision and they themselves will figure out how to reach the vision.
Or goal or whatever. And it's
Yeah.
about inspiring people to get best of what they're doing and what they're good at.
Yeah. Previously, leadership was perceived as the top-down, like giving orders and people obeying. So we have definitely moved forward from that. Can you share how, for example, we can go back to this too, but can you share how you lead your teams?
I would say it's more on sharing the vision where we want to head to, giving them guidelines on how some of the things that I want to see, what would be in the, let's say, the perfect goal. And then it's up to them to see and think about how do they get there. And then I'm there to support them, giving them feedback if they need that. Or if they need me to prioritize things for them, or then I don't know. There's a term in Finnish language. I don't know if it translates, but it's this the curling parenthood. That basically you're cleaning the ice for the for the,
preparing everything for them.
But that's not what I was after. It's basically
helicopter parenting. Is it that?
No.
Okay, that's different.
Yeah, it's different.
But toxic still.
Yes.
Okay, good.
But basically what I was after is that my job is to make sure that they are able to do their job.
Equipped properly. Yeah.
And also if there's something that is hindering them from doing their best at work, whether it's, I don't know, somebody from internal business who's not willing to play ball, then it's my turn, my job to actually
make them play ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they can always escalate things to me that then I will take care of on higher level, or then translate the things into business language if they can't, for some reason, wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, and that actually requires a high level of psychological safety, because it's not that easy to approach your manager or leader and say, hey, I actually have an obstacle. Can you please help me?
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can only do so much. And then it's like, okay, now I don't have the energy. I don't have the headspace. I need to escalate this. I need more support.
Yeah.
So it actually requires a good relation to have.
Yeah, I think it boils down also to the kind of trusting that I trust them to do their best, and I know that they have done it. But then also that they have the trust in me that I'm not. That they know that they can come to me if they have worries or problems.
Yeah.
And then I will do my best to clear out those if they are in my powers.
Yeah. Do you have an old team, or is it a new team? I'm referring to, have you just started working with the team, or do you have it?
No. Well, I've been in Kesko for a little over 6 years now, and most of my team is, let's say, 4 or 5 years in my supervision. However, having said that, I have since now 1st of January, I have 2 new team members and completely new service area that I will look after. So
good luck.
Yeah, and this is also kind of thing that, in one sense, it's in the essence of leadership, because every time somebody leaves the team or there's a new person joining the team, the whole dynamics of the team
change.
You need to work it out again. How do you actually most efficiently run the team and make that leadership for the team?
I also have a new team that I inherited. I've been struggling to win over their trust, and I'm trying to be open and vulnerable. I'm trying to give some extra, so they are confident and comfortable with who I am and how I do things. I'm not there yet, but how do you then establish the trust? Is it just like open dialogue, you being vulnerable, sharing who you are, and what's the journey for you been?
Yeah, I think one of the key things is to be humble in that sense, that recognize that they are the experts in their field. I'm not there to basically tell them how to do something, but I'm there to help them achieve
enabling
and them to achieve even better results. Then of course being open, being honest who I am, that basically, as you said, being vulnerable, that open yourself up to them. And well, in Finland it might be going to sauna or something else, but for example, when I hired in Kesko during COVID times, I hired 6 people into my team. One of the first things that we did as a new team is that we went fishing for a day for our monthly meeting. We went out there fishing, and we had a bonfire, and we talked about everything from work to personal
That's
life
so
and
important.
everything. And just being there, that saying that, okay, it's not everything is about the work. Work.
I agree. I agree. And that's actually a very fruitful base to start the collaboration.
Yes.
Setting the scene, getting to know everyone. Let's talk about the team of teams model. We talked about the kind of like the old way of leading people, like top down, giving instructions, people doing what you instruct them to do, etc., etc. But now there's been a shift, which I actually like. And when we exchange ideas, what should we tackle in this episode, you proposed that we should tackle the team of teams, and I was excited because that's actually, when I look at the elements that make team of teams, I was super into it. Is there any specific areas that you are applying to your leadership style?
Well, I think as a cybersecurity team, basically one of the things that we are in Kesko as well, but I would say more in general, is that we should be able to do is to break down the silos. So basically, if you look at I don't know if this is relevant to this, but the team of teams concept is originating from the U.S. Army, where basically during the Iraq War, there's one of the special forces general. He developed this team of teams concept and model, where basically whether rather than going always top down and down to top, the teams, i.e. the teams of special forces, they could do the actions on the ground and decide what they need to do. They were just giving the what needs to be done, and then they will figure it out. So basically, one of the things is break down the silos, because in IT in general, there's quite a lot of silos, whether they are internal or then with the service providers.
And especially when you work remote.
Yes.
So you don't get that interaction. You know.
Yeah. And the other one is the empowering subordinate leaders, of course, that basically you give them the empowerment to make decisions and
the confidence to do and I have this thing that I repeat to my team. It's called having the right people in the right forums. You are the expert, not me. You are empowered to make those decisions in the forums that you interact. So that's basically me saying, fly, my child, fly. And then them, executing on what's been agreed in the empowerment part.
But that needs the trust.
Exactly.
In both ways.
And open communication.
Yes. But it also means that they understand what they can do and what is. And usually, I've found that it's not that much on that they would do more than they would be allowed to do. That's also something that is usually in at least in Finnish mindset, that basically we're a bit shy on pushing results or pushing ourselves or limits.
That is true. Have you had any challenges or kind of something that is very exhausting to you as a leader? Because let me tell you, leading people is difficult. It's hard sometimes. To me, it's like I experience a lot of mental kind of things keep on piling up. And sometimes at the end of the day, I'm quite exhausted.
It's a different, let's say, I feel, especially now in January, February, when you're going through the last year's results with everybody, having the feedback sessions, and then going through this year's plans. It's a different kind of tiredness that you feel after, even if you're just normal day of work, that you're 8 hours in the laptop and in the meetings, but then if you're doing managerial leadership work
on top of that.
Yes.
And there's a lot of things that happens behind the scenes which aren't visible to everyone. And that's something that adds to the already existing things that you need to take care of. What is good leadership to you? What does it look like?
I would say that it kind of piles to the things that I've already said, that being open, being honest, communication is obviously quite important.
Open communication, the vulnerability and
kind of empowering. If my line manager, he empowers and then delegates things, that I have the freedom to do things my way.
Setting the guardrails,
yes,
basically.
Exactly.
That's a good approach, because it comes down to, why are you then being hired if you cannot make those decisions based on the guardrails?
Yes.
So what's your role then?
And I think also the in today's kind of rapidly changing world, if we're talking about the IT or even let alone cybersecurity, where things are evolving daily or if not hourly, then kind of I would say that one thing that makes a good leader is that they are eager to learn.
I agree.
So you need to be kind of putting your nose always on the new things, reading
Yeah.
on your free time, and
Yeah.
taking hints from whatever
Yeah.
discussions.
I actually agree, and you have to have also this holistic view. I mean, we can lead based on facts, but we also have to be considerate of people's feelings, and we have to like be very alert how we communicate, our communication style, because it can have a big impact on someone.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I mean, the trust is key.
Yeah.
In building relationships. And I just like to go back a bit where you said that you need the trust, and but I also like to add that you have to make very clear about where are we going, what does the roadmap look like, like step-by-step approach, so people understand kind of like the marching order, the road towards achieving the vision.
Yes.
And that's something that I do from time to time, but and it's also important to understand that people create value through action, and that's something I repeat to my team. So they understand how do they link into the bigger picture.
Yeah, fully agree that you need to show them the goal, the vision, and then the guard, as
best in class.
Yeah, the guardrails.
Yeah.
And then depending on, of course, where you are with your team.
Yeah.
Then you might need to show them more detailed. Okay, these are the gates in getting there. Or then you just say, okay, well, that's the direction, and these are the guardrails.
Yeah.
Go.
How do you feel about, just a random question, how do you feel about upskilling people? So someone not necessarily having all the skills, but the attitude and the potential.
Well, yeah. Well, actually, one of the things that when I hired the 6 persons into my team, only one of them was certified cybersecurity person.
Yeah.
All 5 of the other ones, they were experts in their field of IT.
Yeah.
And then we were basically upskilling them to the cyber, because it's much easier to find experts in IT and then training them to the secret art of cyber.
Secret art of cyber. Yeah. This is very.
But I think also that it is something that it's not only a perk of a good leader. It needs to be also put down to the experts and the SMEs, that basically they need to also be eager to learn and teach themselves new things.
Yeah, I agree.
It can't be that it's coming top down only.
No. Yeah, I agree. So where do you get that? This is another question, by the way. Where do you get mental support when you feel exhausted, when you feel that you have, done everything you can? Do you have a group that you spar with, or?
Well, yeah, some of the colleagues at work. Then there's also kind of a hobbies that give me positive energy, like junior football coaching.
Okay. Yeah.
And then some, let's say, work in the NGOs.
Yeah. I also try to offline my brain with not doing anything really. I like to clean, so that's my therapy.
Yeah.
So I
like to cook.
Yeah. Well, that too. Yeah. So anything that distracts your mind from overthinking is something like doing something with your hands. So do you have any tips you could share for potential future leaders?
Well, I would say be yourself, and also to get to know yourself, because if you don't know who you are and how do you prefer working, and how do you are seen as that, if you're not real you when you are trying to lead, then let's say 9 out of 10 times it won't be successful.
And it's also very hard to maintain, like if you're not your authentic self. So it's gonna, the curtain will drop down at some point anyways.
Yeah. One thing is also the kind of as we discussed already, the kind of open yourself up, be vulnerable in that sense, but then also trust in people.
Yes. Yeah.
Let them fail if it's possible, and not always that is, but if it's something that they, in the small things, that if the failure is not deadly in that sense, then let them fail, and then teach them what to learn from it.
Yeah.
Lead by example. So if you're saying that, okay, well, these are our values, and then you live other way, then that's not very good.
Yeah. Let's move on to a fun section called word prompt.
Okay, what's that?
I will list 10 different words, all related to this episode's theme, being leadership, and you will just reply whatever comes to your mind first. Hence, word prompt.
Yep.
Accountability.
Important.
Yeah. Trust.
Trust is goes both ways.
Communication.
Hard.
Psychological safety.
Hard.
Vision.
The end goal.
Collaboration.
Quite often overlooked.
Micromanaging.
80s.
80s. Okay. Pressure.
Always present.
Ad hocness.
In cybersecurity, it's daily. In that sense, always present as well.
Yeah. And then the final word, transparency.
Yeah, it's a building block.
Yeah. That's all I had in our treasure chest for today. Did you enjoy the chat?
Yes, I did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Would you consider coming back?
Yeah, could do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Could. You should. All right.
If I'm invited, thank you.
If you are invited, yes. Yeah. Thank you, Juho.
Thank you.